You can't convince him. You have to kill him.
Ben Ferencz è un uomo di 102 anni che ha visto con i suoi occhi gli orrori della Seconda Guerra Mondiale. Ha partecipato ad alcune tra le battaglie più cruente del conflitto ed è sopravvissuto. Dopo la guerra, a soli 27 anni, è stato scelto per ispezionare i campi di concentramento nazisti. Doveva raccogliere prove dei crimini avvenuti in quell'inferno. Seppur giovanissimo, è stato uno dei giudici più importanti del tribunale di Norimberga. Era il procuratore capo nel processo contro gli orrori commessi dagli Einsatzgruppen, un reparto speciale tedesco con il compito di annientare ebrei, zingari ed avversari politici. Ben, 102 anni e una vita dedicata a prevenire i conflitti, guarda la guerra in Ucraina e racconta quanto è straziante vedere l'uomo fallire ancora una volta.
Buongiorno Ben, come sta?
I'm 103 years old. How should I be? I don't feel a day more than 102.
Vabbè, noi aspettiamo i 104 anni allora.
Maybe, but let's get on with your questions.
Ben, per prima cosa volevo parlare del suo motto, la legge e non la guerra. Come applicherebbe questo concetto in maniera concreta?
Certainly it can be done, and we need the political will to do that. First thing, everyone must ask himself, would you rather have a war or would you rather have a court settle your differences? There are some people who say, no, we have to have a war because we have to defend ourselves. They should have their brains examined, because every they get into a war, they kill thousands of innocent people. And certainly in every circumstance, even a bad decision by a court is better than a successful war which killed many, many innocent people. General Dwight D. Eisenhower, he said, in a very real sense, the world can no longer rely on force. It must turn to the rule of law. People who say, no, we know better than General Eisenhower, we're going to go on and kill each other. Go ahead and kill each other. I'm 103 years old. It's not my problem. And I have it on very reliable, confidential authority that we have the capacity to cut off the electrical grid on planet Earth. And I asked, how long would it take for everybody to die? A week you could survive, and then they're all dead. And that's the young people that I'm talking to. I'm not talking to old guys like me. We've had our turn. But you face a future which has been more desperate for the human race than ever before in history.
La prima legge dello Stato di diritto è che nessuno è al di sopra della legge. Questo è il principio fondamentale. Come possiamo convincere un uomo come Putin, che per 2 decenni si è posto al di sopra della legge, che lo Stato di diritto è conveniente anche per lui?
You can't convince him. You have to kill him. And you can't convince a maniac like that, or Hitler, or Goering, or some of the Nazi leaders that I prosecuted, who were believing what they were doing was right in the interest of their country. I prosecuted them. And I hanged them. They were hanged by the neck until dead, which takes 8 minutes. If you can't persuade them by peaceful means, you're not going to send your young people out to law to kill themselves. Kill the guys who have their idea. Put them under arrest. Put them on trial. If they deserve punishment by death, hang them. If you don't believe in punishment by death, they keep them locked up until they're no longer dangerous.
Quindi lei vede un parallelo tra Hitler e Putin?
Well, you can always find a parallel between two despots who rule a country and think they can prevail by force.
Sembra che la NATO stia cercando di sostituire il dialogo alla guerra. Cosa ne pensa, Ben?
Well, NATO was built for the purpose of blocking the German army and the Russian army from expanding. Well, it didn't do it, and it's not doing it.
Quindi lei riformerebbe questa alleanza?
Well, you could make the alliance bigger all the time. Whether we will have enough power to convince other people that war is obsolete? I don't know. But the future of the young people depends on it.
Ben, cosa ne pensa del coinvolgimento di altre nazioni nella guerra tra Russia e Ucraina?
The thing is not to get involved, but to get involved in insisting upon peace, not to see if you can kill more of the other side. That doesn't help. The soldiers who die, I was a combat soldier in World War II. They gave me 5 battle stars at the end of the war. The Pentagon honored me by I wasn't killed in any of the 5 major battles of World War II. So I know about the horrors of war, and I know of the horrors of non-war, the concentration camps which were used to murder millions of innocent people. And I witnessed that, and I saw that, and it has driven me to dedicate the rest of my life to trying to prevent it, even at 103.
Il presidente Eisenhower avvertì che le spese militari necessarie al complesso militare industriale potevano generare minacce alla pace. Vede questo pericolo aumentare in futuro?
Well, there'll always be people who care only about their own benefit, and that you get into the military-industrial complex. It should not be allowed. We should no one should be allowed to have such dangerous weapons that they can kill large numbers of people.
Ben, non pensa che questo sia un approccio antimilitarista?
Of course it is, because the militaristic approach is murder. Murder a lot of innocent people. What the hell kind of approach is that?
Yes.
And that's what's glorified for centuries. Have we glorified it? We can't do that anymore. People who die in war, the innocent people, you see it on the pictures today. When mothers who are hugging their little babies, they can't find a doctor. They die in the hospitals because they can't get any help. What kind of a civilization is that? It's madness, and it's glorified as great heroics. Well, not in my mind.
Pensando a Norimberga, al processo di Norimberga, che cosa pensa, come giudica l'Europa di allora e quella di adesso?
You look at Nuremberg, it was the attempt to substitute a rule of law after the event to see if you can hold accountable the people and thereby deter them from doing the same things again. That was the goal. Well, it has not succeeded. It has succeeded to some extent. We have made certain progress in certain ways. We do have an international criminal court, which we never had before. We teach human rights in all the universities. We have a Universal Declaration of Human Rights. We have a United Nations which functions, not well, but it functions sometimes. And you have a Security Council. So we began to build the tools we need for a rational and humane order.
Sì, assolutamente. Vuole aggiungere qualcosa?
I have 3 pieces of advice. 1, never give up. 2, never give up. 3,
mai arrendersi.
You got it.
Non so veramente come ringraziarla.
Well, write a good article.